Okay, y'all. I gave big props to episodes 1 and 2, Daredevil Born Again, by Disney Plus. All right. Big props. After episode 3, y'all, I just don't know.
Get it, don't be timid when you in it, love up on it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? Daredevil Born Again, episode 3, and I don't know how to feel about it. Overall, this was not my favorite episode, not at all. I wondered what we needed from this. I also wondered if I missed something because I didn't watch Punisher the series all the way through, and it made me feel like I may need to go back. As the episode opens up, we see Matt Murdock making promises, baby, but are these promises that you can keep, Bookie Boo? And he's meeting with Hector Ayala, who also is known as the White Tiger, and basically saying, listen, we're in this trial. I'm going to do my best to get you back to your family, living your best life, but it may be by any means necessary. And so the White Tiger trial ensues, Hector Ayala. And again, he has been accused of unaliving this cop, throwing him in front of the train, when we all know that cop fell in front of the train while they were accosting a confidential informant. We have to go, of course, find the informant. Cherry is on the job, who I'm interested in actually finding out more about Cherry's backstory, because we know that now he's the investigator for the firm, but who else was he when he was actually actively full-time only as an officer or detective? I'm very curious about that. And so we find him, we got to feed him a little bit of dope, honey, to get him to acting right, and then we have to secure him and get him to the trial. While Matt's preparing and going to the bathroom, he bumps into one of the cops that he put the beat down on, because really, who beats up a blind man? Who attempts to beat up a blind man? Y'all got everything y'all deserved. Do you hear me? Y'all got every single thing that you deserved in that bathroom or not that bathroom, but that apartment when he wore y'all out. Everything you deserved. Y'all got it. And he says, oh, you're really blind. And he's like, and if you want to keep everything going, you'll keep your mouth shut, basically, and not tell anybody about it. And this cop, of course, gets on the stand, wants to lie, and do everything. No, he did it. We were just there. We're upstanding cops. We have all of these medals of recognition and everything, but you're dirty. And they have these Punisher tattoos, which again, there's a lot of heavy symbolism in this episode as it relates to the Punisher. We're seeing graffiti on the walls. We're seeing all of these crooked A cops with the Punisher tattoos. At the very end, we see an assassin with the Punisher on his vest. And I'm just like, did Frank start a damn secret society? Frank wasn't for the foolishness. He wasn't for the crooked people. So I'm very confused about what's happening here. Next, we see Fisk in his right hand talking to basically the criminals that Fisk is going to be running from here on out, and that's Buck. I don't know what to make of him yet. What do y'all think of Buck and what role he's going to play to the Kingpin? I think he's filling that replacement gap we know from his original right-hand man in season 1. But I'm very curious about his nature. He's playing it very cool, calm, and collected, but I know deep down inside he's got a dark side, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. And he says, basically, we know you work for Fisk. You work for the mayor. You're his boy. I don't work for the mayor. I work for the man. Kirsten and Mike and Cherry talking strategy, because right now we know that they have to pull out the stops because the first day in court did not go well at all. And so we have to switch it up. We have to do something else. The informant got up there basically and lied and said, I know nothing that you're talking about. I know nothing, Jon Snow, is what he said. Vanessa is salty, and Fisk says, don't get to the place where I can't trust you. Now, y'all know I have always thought that Vanessa is an op. I've thought that since day one when we met her in the art gallery, that she was going to be his biggest op, and now he feels that way as well. She's having a very hard time letting go of the business that she feels like she saved and she ran successfully. She says, I don't want to see it go down by the wayside. Fisk is just looking at her sideways, and I'm like, Lord, if I have to see him unalive this lady this season, It's not something I really want to see, but it's also something I wouldn't mind seeing, if you know what I mean. Matt's off the rails and puts Hector Ayala on the stand and basically lets the world know he's the white tiger. Without his consent, without his knowledge, the family's gasping, everyone's gasping, but it does the job because ultimately he gets off, right? They have compelling testimony from witnesses, from people he saved, and now, but it's like you can't put that back on again. That's what Matt tells them. He's like, you can't put the outfit back on again. You can't go back. And basically, Hector is like, this is my life. So it's like a day after he gets out of court, baby, that night, he hears something. He puts on the white tiger, he puts on his amulet, and he goes to work. Not 2 seconds later, the assassin with the Punisher vest on takes him out. Cold-blooded in the middle of the street. So now what's next? Because Fisk says he can't let it ride. So if you're a caped vigilante seeking justice, this is his city and he cannot let it happen. So he sits down with the BB report to make that known. I'm very interested how she is going to play a significant role in this. We know what happened, and I'm very, very curious to see how this is all going to play out. But you guys drop it in the comments. Let me know what you thought of episode 3 of Daredevil. Again, it wasn't my favorite. I felt like they wasted a lot of time. I felt like of this episode, we could have had a whole other story as a part of it. I feel like they could have wrapped this up in 15-20 minutes. I didn't need a full hour-long episode of this situation alone. You know what I mean? Without really anything of significance or of note going on outside of it. But you guys drop it in the comments. Let me know. Please be sure to comment, subscribe, do all of the things, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.